Ball State Sports Links Driven is proudly presented by Stoops Automotive. Online at stoopsauto.com.
When it really starts to hurt, she kind of backed off a little bit because she wasn't sure how she was going to feel, and then she finishes and goes, I wish I would just keep going.
You fly up and you're 10,000 feet in the air and there's still mountains above you. Welcome into another episode of Driven with Ball State Sports Link, presented by Stoops Automotive. Stoops, driven to be the best. I'm your host, Connor Onion, and you've seen our studio shows with Third Down Chirp, an all-access look at the football team, and Out of the Shadows, an all-access look at our men's basketball team. Driven is a chance for us to show some of the best stories in Ball State sports from some sports that perhaps deserve to see a little bit more recognition. We start with one of SportsLink's very own, Caleb Stayton of the baseball teams. He took a trip to Alaska to play summer baseball this year. This one produced by Luke Martin as Caleb goes to Alaska. All of the baseball players go out and play summer ball, and I went out to my summer team. I was playing for the Lake Erie Monarchs. One of the highlights that my team got to do was we actually went out to Alaska for 2 weeks. Well, on my team, a bunch of college guys come together and join teams, and so there's guys from other schools in the MAC, and the Alaskan League is a lot bigger competition, a lot bigger schools go there, so playing against them was good for me personally for my game. We played probably 11 games in that many days, so we were playing every day, but we also just didn't want to go just to play baseball. We went to enjoy it too. The whole team, one of the highlights was going out. We went halibut fishing. 2 hours to a spot where you catch a lot of halibut, and yeah, we got to do that, fish. And you bring them in, they're probably 20 pounds a piece, and you know, it really takes it out of you to get them in the boat.
I ain't doing that, no way.
The Midnight Sun game, which is one of baseball's greatest traditions. They've been doing it for, I think, 109 years now, and that's a game that's played under the sun. It's played throughout midnight, so when it's normally dark in Alaska, it's not dark in the summer. So we played there. I think the game started around 10:30, and we play a whole 9-inning game without lights, and then ended around 1:15 in the morning. The crowd and the electricity of the game really kind of just pushed through that, and so you go out, and there's probably 3,000 people out there in a small field. And so they're all cheering against you, booing you, and it just gets you going, the competitor inside you. One of my other great experiences was taking an airplane ride up to Mount McKinley. Me and my dad did that. Got on an airplane, flew around probably a couple hours in the morning. You fly up and you're 10,000 feet in the air, and there's still mountains above you. And I think that's kind of crazy. We were actually able to land on a glacier right at the base camp at Mount McKinley, and got out and walked around. We actually were able to talk to some climbers that were going up right at that time, so it was cool to just, you're not the only thing there, you're not just, everybody's focused on you playing baseball, like there's a lot going on, in Alaska, it makes you feel kind of small, but that feeling, it also makes you grateful just for the opportunity to go out and see other things, experience stuff.
A lot of fun being had for Caleb Stayton out in Alaska this summer, but he wasn't too bad on the baseball diamond last year for Rich Maloney and company. He led all freshmen with 5 home runs, hit .285, and played in 54 games for the Cardinals. A unique journey for him to head out to Alaska. Another tandem that has had a unique journey are the Edon Sisters, cross-country runners here at Ball State. Not only are they teammates and sisters, but they're twins too. And our guys, Braden Schlegelmelch and Tyler Bradfield, tie the double knot between their life as sisters and their life on the cross-country course.
Running is a sport that, like, you have talent, and a lot of people do have that talent, but without the hard work with the talent, you're not going to get anywhere.
When I was in high school, my high school coach asked me, like, do you want to run at, like, the college level? And I was like, there's absolutely no way. And there's always that doubt in my mind, like, I can't do that because I don't think I'm fast enough.
For Ball State's Caitlin and Courtney Edon, their relationship extends past the lanes of any track or cross-country course.
But I never felt pressure in the name or that me and Caitlin, like we had to go 1-2 or anything like that.
They start the race. They get to the very first barrier. Courtney's leading the race and catches her trail leg toe, the last part that's going over, catches the top of the barrier. Caitlin jumps over, sees her sister laying on the track, and stops. Courtney is screaming and trying to get up, and she got hurt pretty bad. And she tried to get up, and she really couldn't, so she's kind of crawling. Caitlin's beside her with her hands out, like, you know, trying to help her. Their dad is just outside of lane 8, outside the track, screaming at Caitlin to start running again while Courtney's on the ground. But for her to stop in the middle of the race, I mean, there's a real connection there.
Growing up in New Palestine, Indiana, the Edons' relationship quickly tied together.
One of a kind, because it's a relationship you don't have with anyone else.
You have your best friend, but there's things I feel like some people can't share with their best friends, and since we've grown up together forever.
I've seen twins at other programs that sometimes, you know, they're trying to put out their own persona. These two are just so supportive of each other.
They're always together, and they complement each other really well.
No one, there's absolutely nothing that you can't tell each other, and there's not, like, she knows what I'm thinking and I know what she's thinking. I don't see it in anyone else's relationship.
With Courtney's success in high school, she caught the eyes of Ball State's Randy Heisler.
There was a meet where, you know, and I didn't look because I didn't know there were 2 of them, where Courtney had run very well. And so I emailed back. And yeah, we went back and forth a couple of times, and quite honestly, I'm not sure who I was talking to, whether it was Caitlin or Courtney. I knew I was talking to an Edon, but I didn't know there were 2 of them. And one of our assistants had gone up to a race to see Courtney run and ended up talking to Caitlin, came back, and he told me, he goes, you know, there's 2 of those, and had no idea.
If they didn't want both of us, we didn't even consider it.
And I did an in-house visit, and just a wonderful family. And when I got in the house, the dad, Mr. Edon, met me at the door, and he just goes, I'm going to tell you right now, Coach, they're going to go together. It's a package deal, or it's not a deal at all. They're best friends, and they're inseparable.
I would get super excited when I ran well, and then I would start getting super upset when I didn't run well. I felt like that's kind of when the passion came, because I started getting like emotionally involved in how I performed. It was cool, like, being known as the Edon twins, because it obviously kind of like helped us give ourselves like the own confidence boost we needed to know that like we could perform as well as what people thought that we could. I'd say the worst struggle I've ever had, is just like doubting yourself, which I think every distance runner does. The whole race is a mental game of, oh, you can go faster, and your mind telling you, no, you can't.
In the middle of the race, when it really starts to hurt, she kind of backed off a little bit because she wasn't sure how she was going to feel, and then she finishes and goes, I wish I would just keep going.
Running is something where you put in the miles and you put in the times, you're going to get better. And I think that's how life is too. You put in the hard work, you put in what you need to get somewhere towards your goals, and you're going to get that back. But you have to put in the work to do so.
Not only have the Edon twins excelled together in running, but also within the classroom.
I don't think it's an accident they're both going to be nurses. The calling there, that's just the kind of people they are.
That's my future here in the next 9 months. It's going to be that, and so I take the nursing like really important because that's what I want to do with my life, so I want to succeed in that.
They're my role models because I'm also in nursing and the twins are in nursing, so I just look up to them in academic, athletically, and just the people they are also.
Even if I'm not performing super well or I'm not doing awesome in the classroom, like I'm at least affecting someone's life.
For Ball State Sports Link, I'm Tyler Bradfield.
Warm reception from Caitlin Edon on that pack produced by Tyler Bradfield and Braden Schlegelmelch. To Caitlin and Courtney, thanks not only for the warm reception, but also for letting us share your story. It's been a very busy first semester, both in Ball State athletics and across Ball State University, with bed races, with homecoming week, and leading up to Labor Day weekend. There was football fan jam. There in the wake of it all was Ball State sports linker, Ball State wide receiver, Aaron Hepp. Set those DVRs because here is the best of HepCam from first semester.
This is Ball State wide receiver Aaron Hepp at Fan Jam. And this is the HepCam. Get your popcorn ready. This here is number 12, Kyle Schmidt, the biggest punter in the MAC. Got some big arms on him, but Kyle, how's your Fan Jam going?
It's really good to see all the fans out here. I'm really excited to see some new faces and everything, and hopefully put on a show for the little guys.
Well, Jacob and Lucas, can you tell me just how you were feeling in the bounce house?
Oh, wasn't I doing like this?
Yeah, you were. Yeah, he was. Red 4-2. Check tuna. Check tuna. Follow me, I'll walk you to my locker, the 80 block. Now, right here, we're in Aaron Hepp's official locker, number 80. I keep making myself sound like I'm this important, which I'm not, but this is my locker right here. See, we got the helmets up here. Keep shoulder pads up there. Shoes, things like that. Kind of messy, let's close that. We don't want people looking in there. I'm Aaron Hepp here at the bed races, Ball State's greatest tradition. Connor, how you feel? You ready to go attack the course?
I'm ready to go. I got my sweater tied around my waist. I got Dylan Welch on my side, ready to row this bed.
Pre-race, how are you feeling?
Nervous?
Nervous. She's ready to go, folks. We're here with Chris Olm, the official starter of the bed races. Chris, how is it shooting the gun?
I mean, this is the first time in 4 years it's actually worked, so it's really something else.
And all of our eardrums are paying the price for it working. Now, Chris, what do you think of the bed races?
What?
The bed races are all about crashes. The only reason people come here is to see the crash, the turned ankle, the crashing into the curb. But isn't it great to see so many students out here right now?
We are here at the championship races, folks. We can't find Clevenger. We have Kinghorn. We can't find Clevenger. Folks, and here comes the Sports Link team coming down to the wire. Connor Onion leading the charge.
positive from bed races, SportsLink's team Row the Bed did win their race with a time of 15.53 seconds, led by Dylan Welch rowing the bed with the oar there on top. But the negative, Aaron Hepp has still not found Brayton Clevenger as they failed to show up for their championship race. There's more Hepp Cam to come throughout the year. We can guarantee you that, but it's almost winter time, and that means it's almost basketball season. Coach Whitford back for his second year in the men's basketball program, which means it's time for season 2 of Out of the Shadows. Here's the promo, produced by Dylan Welch and Brad Daly.
What you achieved in the past doesn't give you a right to anything. Your goals are within reach if you honor those before you, whose banners hang from the rafters. Understand the hours, the pain, the sweat, the sacrifice needed to see the light. You've given yourself to the game, to the letters on the front of your jersey. Are you all in? This is your time. This is your town. This is your team. It's time for Ball State basketball to step out of the shadows.
Ball State basketball will be led by a very talented freshman class, 2 Indiana All-Stars in Sean Sellers and Jeremy Tyler. To get to know the new guys a little bit better, you can check out the full version on our social media platforms, the full half-an-hour opening episode of the 2014-2015 season. This next story has a little bit of soul power. Imagine if you were to combine the skill sets of Adele and Mia Hamm. You'd have somebody resembling something similar to Ball State soccer player Lauren Hall. She shares her story and her double life as both a musician and a soccer player with both myself and Alex Seitz. Here it is. Lauren, take it away.
You've been on my mind. I grow fonder. It's very, very difficult to kind of balance a music major and athletics because they both have a lot of time that they need from you. My athleticism is not always going to be there. I'm not going to be 20 years old forever and my body's not going to play soccer forever, but I think I'm going to have my voice my entire life, so I think I can just pursue that afterwards if I need to. I would say my whole college career, it's kind of been my little outlet, my emotional outlet. Like, I'm stressed about soccer, I go to a practice room in between classes and just sing to whatever I want, get it all out. First time singing in front of people is very, very scary. Now, I don't really get nervous until like 30 seconds before the performance when I'm walking up there and I see everybody, but I think I'm able to hide my nervousness really well, and the second the first note comes out well, I'm good. Just thinking of your face. I really, really enjoy singing the national anthem because that's just every singer's dream. I mean, it's a nightmare because you don't want to mess it up, but that's awesome. I want to know how to perfect having your audience feel every emotion that you're feeling while you're performing. Imagine it all. What differentiates me from other singers is that sometimes people don't expect the type of voice, soulful, to prove that I'm the one who can, yeah. To come out of me. A lot of people expect like Taylor Swift to come out of me, and I'm like, no, girl. I want to say Adele is my biggest role model, singing-wise. Time flies, only yesterday was the time of our lives. It's difficult because there's so many naysayers and there's so many people that are like, you need to be realistic with your life. You need to plan on getting your major, getting a realistic job, working in the city, blah, blah, blah. Like, all that's totally fine. I have that as a backup plan. Persistence also, perseverance. It's just traits that I've gained throughout soccer and music that have kind of just gone together. So it kind of just makes me who I am.
Well, pretty impressive work from Lauren. She can bring that voice up to an octave that most of us may never reach. I know I certainly can't, but we'll release that full version later on this month. That was a little sneak peek to her trip to Honduras. She also has tried out for American Idol and The Voice. We'll speak with head soccer coach Craig Roberts, as well as the woman that's been there every step of the way, Lauren's mother. So look out for that one coming later in the month of November. This next story, if Lauren Hall's story got you going, then this one will certainly do much of the same. Senior field hockey player Tori Widrick is second on the team through 15 games with 12 points. As a senior, she's one of the leaders that Beth Maddox, the field hockey coach, leans on in the first ever series, I Play For You. Ashton Hampton, Zach McClusack, and J.C. Obringer profile Tori's hard work.
There comes a time in every athlete's life when they reach their ultimate goal. What they've been dreaming of since their childhood. But it doesn't come easy. It requires hard work, dedication, determination, and commitment. It takes time and training but I don't do it for me. I do it for my team, my coach, my family, and the Cardinal and White.
I'm Tori Widrick, and I play for you.
Great stuff there from Tori Widrick. Appreciate her time in letting us show off all of her hard work in the first ever I Play For You, something that we are going to look to continue with each episode of Driven, also with our social media platforms, as Mackenzie Kitchell, Jasmine Moses with soccer and volleyball are two Ball State athletes that we will likely profile in the future. Something to look out for with next week's show, rather next month's show, as that wraps up the first episode of Driven here in October. Remember to follow us on our social media platforms on Instagram and Twitter at BSU SportsLink, and on Facebook at facebook.com/Ball State SportsLink. A special thanks to our executive producers Luke Martin and J.C. Obringer, and our faculty advisors Chris Taylor, Alex Cartman, and Brad Daly. I'm your host, Connor Onion, saying so long until next month from Studio B.